was like a good actor. And when he said cut, you'd be really in the moment with Yoda, and then they would go cut, and all the puppeteers would stop. So Yoda would be like, just suddenly die. And it was sort of upset. You'd always go, are you okay? Are you okay?
And it was extraordinary because I acted with him, like you say, you were acting with Yoda. I couldn't believe I was acting with Yoda. And then at the end of because there's so many people operating him, and the stage is lifted up, I guess, so they're underneath the floor. And we were like literally walking next to each other, and I don't know, he's like alive. And then every time George called cut, he would die, Yoda, because everyone just stops operating him, so he just goes like that. And it was sort of disturbing every time that the end of the scene would come along.
Yeah. I was lucky to work with Yoda in the first episode, because in the first episode, Yoda was still a puppet, and he was operated by Frank Oz, and there was about 5 guys under the floor with like remote controls, and it was unbelievable. It was like one of those. I got to play a scene with Yoda, and at the end of every scene, when George shouted "cut," he would sort of die. He would just like die. So he'd be like, oh, and everything would be moving around his ears, and he's like, oh, and then he'd go cut, and he would go, because they just stop operating him.